to the first section, the first segment of what not to do. Hey, hello everybody. Hello. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If it's your first time here, hello, my name is Bella Waldorf and this is 10 Toes About It, where we stay. 10 Toes About It, exactly. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming for the first time. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming again. Today we are serving some pajama set cuteness. Even got the shorts. It's so cute. It's from Shein. I actually have a huge selection of pajama sets and I didn't even realize I had such a big collection. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to make it as cute and as trending as possible so we can get the views. Thank you for liking my headband. I have a huge collection of headbands. I am the Blair Waldorf in the flesh, obviously. If you cannot tell the resemblance of she and I, okay, today I mentioned, God, Winston is over there looking at me like she got a problem. So yes, I mentioned in one of my other videos, I'm gonna do a series called I thought it was four, it's three. The Three Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I'm not sure if in actuality, I think there's 7 horsemen, but I haven't been in love with 7 men. So this is today's the first story, and I have not came up with a name yet for this guy, so we're gonna do that together. I mentioned this series in not my last story time, but the story time before this one, called The Three Henchmen of the Apocalypse, with 3 horsemen. I think I'm gonna call them 3 henchmen. The 3 henchmen of the apocalypse of my love life. Yeah, so today we are starting with man number 1. Now, there's 3 of them. 2 of them know each other. Well, not know each other, but they know of each other. I met one when I was crying over another one. One was, you know what, let's just get into the story, right? Quick Sip, sponsored by Snapple. We are manifesting. Can y'all imagine a Snapple sponsorship? Girl, let's get into this video. So the first person we're getting into today is demon number 1. I'm gonna call him Coat because back when I knew him, he had a really long black coat. He wore it all the time. He definitely wore it in the summertime too. Widow. I met Coat back in high school. It's 2023 now. I graduated in 2011. 12. Technically, I met him 13 years ago. Summer school before high school. Yeah, I started summer school I started high school in 2010, yeah. Okay, so I met him 13 years ago, in summer school before high school. He was one of those, everybody wants to be a rapper, you know. He used to bust his rhymes and I was just so, he had a girl. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. This was the beginning of and as we were getting to know each other, he told me he had a baby. And we were like, I was 17 going to high. We was like 17. He think he was older than me. He was like 18. And you know, I hadn't even lost my virginity yet. So at the time, I'm like, you got a baby? What? I had known maybe 2 other people who were teen parents, and it blew my mind. He was like very much the father man, the family man already. He didn't tell me all of this. So the thing that I liked about him was he He was like quirky and mysterious, and he was like funny. And the thing about Colt is, I don't know about to this day because I haven't talked to this man in like 5 years, but he was never one to get loud. He was very much a street N-word, but he wasn't loud. Like, he would get like that, but he was one of those like calm, dangerous guys. Like, he was one of those guys that was like, you know, his opponent is getting all animated and he would just stand there like, but he fought. He was always fighting, you know. I guess that was one of the things that was just like, I don't know, that was enough for me. Like, he was just so cute and he was mad tall and, you know, whatever. We had like a little high school rendezvous. We would just stand in the staircase and kiss sometimes. Like, and y'all know, like, I was still a virgin too, so I was like, so I ended up meeting his girl, but this was one of the many lies. He told me this was his friend. It's always a best friend. It's never a homie, it's never a cousin. I guess it's because in family zoning, someone is kind of weird. I don't know. Oh, it's my best friend and she's coming to the school and we're gonna like walk home together, whatever. So I met this girl. Come to find out, in my head, I was meeting my boo's close friend. In her head, I don't know what was in her. I do not know. But in reality, my boo had a boo, and that boo was his baby mama. I'm still like, oh, you know, my boo, right? So let's fast forward to the meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes. So the thing about Colt is he cheated on me all the time. Any chance that man got, his was in somebody's, and it wasn't mine. Because again, I wasn't sexually active at the time. So, you know, what he wasn't getting from me, he was getting from somewhere. The first time he cheated on me, one of the first times, I don't remember if this is like the specific first time, the very first time, but it was one of the many. We were still in high school. All this happened within the span of a year. No, this first time happened while we were still in high school. One of the first times. We were like Facebook friends and stuff like that. And I was a page watcher. Anytime he had any type of comment on that page, I was looking at the comment. I was looking at who left the comment. I was looking at who reacted to the comment. I was looking at who was saying something to the comment. I was looking at who was liking it, laughing at it. I was doing my research. Put up to my sisters who, you know, a girl will go up to the girl and be like, yo, I saw this boy wear some old rustic looking glasses. I will be able to find him on somebody's social media. Is this the person you're talking about? I appreciate every single one of my sisters like that because we are very important, okay? We will find who that is. We're gonna find who he's talking to, who his parents are, who his friends are. We're gonna find that out. Yeah, I need friends like us, okay? Okay. I found out everything I needed to know about this man just from investigating, but we're gonna get there. One thing about this man is, I don't know if this was part of like the excitement of multiple women or I don't know. I don't know, but he loved who put their life online. Like, you knew stuff about me, but you didn't know everything. Like, you knew 90% of things. You didn't know 100. Like, I kept a couple things to myself. He loved girls who put 110% of themselves online. He loved that shit. I'm page watching. I'm on some random day. I'm doing my page watching, and I'm seeing like I'm like scrolling down his comment stuff. No, his pictures. I was scrolling through his pictures, and I'm looking at all the comments. Yes, I was. Yep. And And some girl was like, oh, like, you mad handsome, you mad cute, this is a that, and all this stuff. And I'm like, it wasn't his baby mama, y'all. It was not his baby mama. I was like, oh, the fuck? But yeah, no, nah, but yeah. And oh, and he, you know, that's my best friend. I think the girl's name was Tyra. She didn't know me, so I'm gonna say her name, Tyra. He told me that Tyra had a boy that she liked, and this girl had no game and she couldn't get, so it was supposed to look like Tyra had coats on her body so that this boy could see Tyra and be like, ooh, all the boys want her, I want her too. I'm listening to this 18-year-old me listening to this, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, stupid. Like, this is why they all did what they did to me. Because I was a go with the flow asshole. Go with the flow. It didn't make no sense. 1 + 1 was equal in 26. And I was like, well, I guess that makes sense to me. He's telling me all this stuff, and we're looking through his phone. We are looking through his phone, looking at pictures and messages, and we're definitely going through his stuff together. So we're going through his phone and looking at the pictures, and we were like skimming through messages. He's not stupid. Like, he wasn't like gonna go through each and every message like, oh yeah. But we was like going through the pictures and like general messages of how much friends they were. I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. So we're doing the convincing, and I'm just like, oh, wow, yeah, no, that's, okay, I guess that makes sense. And I found out that he was lying, one of the many lies, because I'm doing my page watching, and his baby mama gets into it with Tyra on his, I think it was a post or a picture or something, but it was his. They ended up getting into it on Coach's Facebook. And meanwhile, me stupid, I'm over here reading it. I'm like, oh, so that wasn't his friend? No, it was not his friend. So yes, I found out that that's what that was, because, and then come to find out he was going out with his baby mom too. Him and his baby mother were still together. Him and his girl was together. Me and him were together. And he was just together with everybody. Like, that man was a whole. Thank God. I thank the universe. I thank everything and everybody that I did not get no STD from that man, because he was a slut. And then the thing about Code and I, we were on and off for like 10 years, for a very long time. Every 2 years, it seemed like every 2 years we would break up for whatever stupid reason, because he cheated again. 2 years will pass, and then we get back together. And then some shit happens, we break up, don't talk for 2 years. And it was very much consistent every 2 years for like 10 years. Every 2 years for 10 years, yes. It was on and off like that, yeah. He had his homeboy. I was gonna say the homeboy's real name, but I'm like, you know what? It deconstructs the hood politics. I'm gonna call him Box, just because he didn't like boxes. Coach had he had a big homie. And I met Box. I actually think I met Box outside of Coach. I feel like I met him before, but I don't remember. But him and Coach were like best friends. Coach used to tell me that Box was like his big brother, and he looks out for me, and this and that, all that stuff. And Box is the big homie, and he's the big OG, and he this and that, like Box sell trees and all that stuff, and he did. But Box wasn't gay. Gay! Box was gay but he wasn't like flamboyant, but he was low key, but you could still tell he was very gay. The thing with most men, he was very, very close with this big homie. Coach was very close with Box. Like, on some, I would hit him up on some like, oh, come see me, let's chill today, let's do this, let's do that. Oh, nah, I'm with Box today. Oh, nah, me and Box cutting it up. Or me and Box, Box, Box. And I was just like, okay. I didn't know then what I know now. And I'm not saying I know that they did anything together. That's really none of my business. I think they did. I don't think Box liked me. And I'm gonna say that it's probably because, you know, I took away his attention with his little homie. Never, ever, ever trust a hood with a gay big homie. Now, I'm not saying men cannot have gay men friends. I love gay men. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is, if he would rather spend time with his gay big homie than his girl, okay, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. We're not stupid anymore. I'm gonna say the nail in the coffin. Not really, because this is not what killed us. So there was plenty of best friends between Tyra when we officially like broke up, right? There was another one who was she was the most recent, the last one that for me was just like, you know what, okay, I can't. What am I gonna call this girl's name? Should I say her real name? I never had beef with none of these women because they didn't know about me. It was him. So I never approached anybody like a woman. I never came to anybody like a woman because I don't got beef with you. I don't care what y'all been doing, what you're telling me. I don't care what you're talking about because it's not you, it's him. I'm gonna deal with him. I'm not gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna call this girl Santa Hat. So Coach, yeah, Coach. I was gonna say Box, not Box. Box didn't like the boxes, so he's not part of the story no more. So Coach had another best friend named Santa Hat. Santa Hat was another best friend who was this was the news story. Santa Hat was in a domestic violence relationship, and her baby daddy, she was in a DV relationship with her baby's dad. And in order for her to be protected and to not get abused anymore, was that she needed a man, Coach, to pretend that they were best friends, so her baby father didn't put his hands on her again. And if you're making the face that I'm making, then you understand why this was like stupid. But at the time, I'm listening and I'm like, okay, this also makes sense. Clown face, this makes sense. Everything always makes sense to me, right? Everything makes sense. That's why I'm here. That's why I be telling y'all all the bullshit I went through, because everything just always had to make sense to me. I would just see some shit going on and be like, okay. Girl, I'm listening to him tell me this and I'm like, okay, yeah, she needs, this woman that's in a domestic violence relationship needs a man to show her man that I understand now. Now I get it. I'm doing my page watching, and in the beginning it was seemingly innocent. Oh, best friend. Oh, best friend did. And I don't know what he was telling any of these girls. I doubt he was telling them he had me. He would take a picture here and there, but every time I would press him about it, he would be like, oh, remember, we had to make it look good. So then this man ended up going to jail for what I was told 8 months. Why did he go to jail? Because he went to Albany and tried to cash a check that was not in his name. Idiot. And it's not the first time he's done it. I think he was successful in the past, which is why he went try to do it again. He went all the way up to Albany. Albany from New York City is very far. So stupid, right? So he was in jail for like 8 months. And I'm over here holding my man down, you know, blah. The thing is, he wasn't calling me. we would talk here and there, and I think I had seen like the free him on his page, and I was like, oh my God. So then his father reaches out to me, and mind you, this was like 8, 9 years into our whatever we were. And I never heard nothing from his parents. I never met his parents. I never seen his parents, nothing. So his father reaches out to me on Facebook. He's like, oh, I wish that we were able to meet under different circumstances. And hi, I'm Coach's father. And he always talks about you. And, you know, I just felt like I needed to introduce myself personally. And, you know, we need to get to know each other because we're a family. You guys been together for so long. And all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, my boyfriend's father. He's so... We can start planning our wedding. I'm elated. Like, I don't care the fact that this man is telling me that my man is in jail. I'm like, oh, it's official because I'm talking to your daddy. I'm talking to your daddy, nigga. And then he was like, oh yeah, but yeah, Coach is in jail. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I figured that's right because I haven't heard from him. At this point, it's been like a month or two. I was like, I haven't heard from him. He was like, yeah, he's in jail. Throughout the time that he was in jail, me and his dad is communicating. We're talking a little bit, getting to know each other, making like solidifying our relationship. I will go on his page and, oh, free my baby, free this, free that. Oh, my man this, my man that. He gets out of jail. To my understanding, he got out of jail and came straight to my house. Now, the only reason that I believe that he was in jail was because this wasn't working. This was not working. He came to my house, right? He had gained mad weight. And I don't know why, in my mind, that was the, like, duh, like, oh, he got fat while he was in jail because of, you know, what they do in jail, they eat, right? He came to my house, and then, you know, the whole reconnecting after one is in prison. You can assume what happened, right? So then, you know, we go back to our regularly scheduled back and forth. And I didn't feel the need to page watch because he wasn't home. To me, he wasn't home. While he was in jail, I wasn't page watching. So I just randomly went on his page, and I'm like, okay, you know, scrolling, seeing a bunch of free my baby from me, right? And then there's another free my man from the best friend in the DV relationship. And I was like, free my dogs? What you mean free my man? So I went to her page. And something about a non-private Facebook page just does it for me, right? So I go to her page, and Shorty's wall is covered in pictures of her and my boyfriend. Covered. There's pictures of them together. There's pictures of them together laying down. There's pictures of them together walking around. There's pictures of them together holding hands. There's pictures of them together kissing. There's pictures of them together doing everything. Damn near having sex. Walking around this avenue, walking around that place, and walking down this street, going into that building, getting on this bus. Pictures of them doing everything, anything, all that stuff. I was like, what? Mind you, I was working in doing my classroom aid at the time. So I'm in, like, the kids in the class getting their lesson on with the teacher in the front of the class, and I'm in the back on my phone. I was like, what? Mad loud. Interrupted the class, scared the kids, and I was just like, you know, I had to excuse myself. I went into the hallway, and I was just like, I was legit walking back and forth in the hallway, like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I had 2 jobs at the time, so I had to hold it together for the rest of those 8 hours. And then on my way to the next job for next 6 hours, I had to keep it together for a good amount of the day. And my insides were jumping because I had so much emotion, and there was no way for me to release it because I didn't see him yet. So I got home, and this was after I got Winston, my baby. When I was in the class and I seen what I seen, after I like screamed and flipped out or whatever, I go back inside, calm down. I screenshotted the picture that I saw on his Facebook page, and I sent it to him. I think I wrote like question mark. I didn't say any words. I sent the picture and then sent a question mark. While he responded and said, huh? What you mean, huh? What do you mean, huh? That man, he when he got caught up with stupid shit, he was, huh? What? Huh? Nigga, and it was we was texting. What do you mean, huh? Stop saying, huh? I'm like, oh, you got a bitch, and then why he got mad at me for page watching? And he wasn't mad at what I saw. He wasn't even mad at the disrespectful things I was calling him. He was just mad because I was watching his page. Oh, but then that's not even the good part. I found out about the damn girl, Santa Hat. I do more scrolling. More scrolling and more scrolling and more scrolling. Come to find out Santa Hat is pregnant. Santa Hat is pregnant. So I'm like, and he was not stupid. I didn't see that man. I hadn't physically seen him in like a month at this time. At this point. So I'm like, this bitch is pregnant. Oh, we don't know if it's mine, and it might be her boyfriend that be putting her hands on. You remember the boyfriend put her hands on her, right? You remember that's why we like. I know you're not trying to remind me of why. Oh, we don't know if the baby's mine or if the baby belongs to her abusive boyfriend and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, my little heart is just broken. My little heart is just breaking and breaking and breaking. And I'm on the phone with him and I'm like, you bitch ass nigga. Fuck you. Going off on that man. A couple months later, you know, some time goes by. She had the baby. Why that baby look just like him? That baby look just like my man. Just like him. And we wasn't doing nothing at the time. We were like, I was healing and he was playing daddy. And then come to find out the baby was his. Looked just like him. They didn't even do a DNA test. There was no reason to. It had his face. He had his face, I'm sorry. she done had the baby. And so we had like talks a little bit. He got back in contact with me and I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to break your heart and all this stuff. We're like, you know, getting back on good terms or whatever. We're getting back on good terms. We're talking. And I don't know what it is that this man said to me, but it was enough for me to get back together with him. Right? And I'm thinking, you know, let's do things differently this time. Let's have a conversation. The conversation consisted of me saying things like, if we're gonna do this, it's gonna be me and you. No one else. There's nobody in between what we got going on. It's gonna be me, it's gonna be you, it's gonna be us. And I'm sitting there telling him all the words that I would think would make a cheating man uncomfortable. I'm using monogamous. I'm using commitment. I'm saying just me, just you. No cheating, no other bitches, no partners, no funny business, no nothing. I'm using these terms because in my head, any man who is not a committed man would hear these words and be like, oh, no. I was kind of stupid. We're going along and he's, you know, he's being a father to his son. Or daughter? I think it was a boy. I don't know. So some time goes by, and was it his phone? I think his phone had got like a weird message, and I seen the message, but I didn't go in it because I didn't have the. His phone. I don't know if this was like a lot of people's phones, but he had the kind of phone where, you know how like when you touch your iPhone, the screen lights up. On his little spyware level phone, it would light up and immediately take a picture with the front camera. It would be able to tell who was on his phone. He would know. Oh, like, I ain't never heard nobody else's phone that did that shit. Like, he almost called me one time. I had seen the message, so I was like, so I went back to my page watch. I don't know why I stopped. I think it's because I'm like, oh yeah, you know my man. Yeah, my man. Cause that's the reason why you should page watch. I go on his page again, and I'm going, and no, not even his page. I went to Santa Hat page, and why Shorty was pregnant again? Pregnant again. We got over the first hump of her getting pregnant the first time. Why does she have another one? You know that I think it's a gift of the lady slapping the hell out the man when he's sleeping, and then he wake up like, oh, and she's like, oh my god, my baby. Yeah. She was pregnant again. Oh, she was pregnant again, and this man was laying in my bed next to me while this bitch was pregnant for the second time by him. It was like her fourth child in total, but that's neither here nor there. But like, why did this nigga get her pregnant again? So I slapped the hell out of him, slap his lights on, slap him shit on, and I'm like, that's pregnant. And I definitely, like, we was in my room and I was trying to fight him. I was trying to take his fucking head off. I was trying to. Domestic violence? That would be, no. What's that girl's name in that video? She's mad funny. I seen that, she found out her boyfriend was gay, so she beat him up. Domestic violence? That was me. And I'm not even joking. Like, I don't want anybody to see this and think that I think DV is funny, because I don't. But you're not gonna have me up though, and then think that I'm not gonna hit you. Like, no. Yeah, we're gonna fight. We because my thing is, I will never go to another girl. Like, I wouldn't. This girl had 2 babies by my boyfriend. You think I hit her up about any of them? No. To this day, I never talked to that girl. Because what are we talking about? You're not my nigga. You're not my man. I don't care what y'all got going on. My beef is with him. Because he knew about me. You didn't know about me. Whatever. I can't blame you. If you knew about me and you're still fucking around, that just makes you a nasty, trifling bitch. I don't care about you. I'm gonna go to him. Me and him, we're fighting. We are fighting, and that's definitely how I am when it comes to men, which is why I'm single. Fight a nigga quicker than I will fight a girl, because I personally don't care to be back and forth with a woman. I'm such a girl's girl. I don't want to fight with you. I want us to love and take over the world. I want to beat his ass. If there's any like violence or trouble or anything coming from me, just know that it was directed toward the man. Some man got me tied, and I cannot tell you how many. And you know what? It's not this. That is not this. Stay tuned for those story times. Like, you know, we're in the room, and he's like running around the bed, and I'm just chasing him, trying to take his head off. But I didn't. I think my roommate at the time had came and like intervened, and she had like ran out the apartment. You know, I'm like crying and all hurt and stuff. You know, I couldn't take out my frustration. I'm all sad and all that stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I need to smoke. I need to smoke, and whatever. So I hit up my plug, and he was like, oh, I'm not around, but my homie got you. And I was like, okay, I'll just see you later. I pulled up to the spot, and his homie that was working, I had seen him before around the area. He was always mad nice and mad cool and stuff. He would always like quick chit chat it up real quick or whatever, like nothing big. Oh, and I would never ever forget this. I had the money in this hand. He was standing in front of me, and he had the stuff in the other hand. And as we go to exchange hands, I just start crying. I don't know what it was about the exchanging of things in the hand that just made me like, ah! I started bawling, crying, ugly crying in front of this man. He was mad cute too. Snot and just tears and just, oh, just bad. I was like, my boyfriend cheated on me. You know, crying and stuff. And I don't know what I expected this man to do, but it's not, I didn't expect him to do what he did. We was in the staircase of his building, and I'm crying and all that stuff, and he dragged me into his, I didn't know this man like that. He dragged me into his apartment. He closed the door, and he hugged me. He was holding me while I was just standing there crying and just crying, and I probably screamed a little bit. I'm very dramatic, if you can't tell. I'm like crying, screaming, and going through the hysterics and all that stuff, getting teared and boogers and all that stuff all over his shirt, and just, you know, and he's just holding me, letting me get it out, and just holding me and all that stuff. And that was the beginning of henchman number 2. We are gonna stop that story right there, okay? Please stay tuned. You know, the basis of this, you know, of Coates. The thing about Coates was he was low-key. He wasn't like loud or rowdy and all of that stuff, but that man was calculating. He was calculating, and he wasn't a control freak, but he didn't give a fuck. He did not care about nobody. That boy did not care about anybody but himself. And I almost forgot to mention this. Between the best friend, baby mama with the first baby, and the 2 that he had on me, there was another baby. There was a girl. It was the first baby mama had his first girl. The mystery baby mother had the other girl. And then the 2 that he cheated on me with. That makes 4 kids. This man had 4 kids in the time span that we were together. Well, he had the daughter before we met. But she had 3. He met some random girl. They slept together probably while we were together, because he liked to do that. And she had a baby, and she was mad out the way. And he barely talked to this girl, but him and the daughter had like some, I guess, a strong enough relationship. They talked on Facebook and the phone or whatever, but it was very like, oh yeah, you didn't know? No, I didn't fucking know, never. But yeah, so he, Coates was equipped. That's why he has so many kids. He thought with that. He thought with his second head, and it got him into 4 children, 3 baby mothers. I was not one of them. I was blessed to not be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like he was really messy. Coach was quiet and out the way, but he was very messy, very selfish. An asshole. Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna call him that because he's not loud, but you don't have to be loud to be a bitch. We're gonna wrap the story up. I'm gonna leave y'all with a little cliffhanger. Just know that, you know, the guy who I was getting my stuff from, who was holding me like a baby, he is henchman number 2. How did we get from consoling me about another man cheating on me to him having his own story time? That's not right now. Just know that the story is coming. So we reached the conclusion of the first part in my 3 henchmen of the apocalypse of my love life story series. You see how off the top that came so easily? You see? But thank you for making it this far. If you have not already, please do. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias. 10 Toes Body. I will leave it down here. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay true, because these niggas do not give a fuck. Okay?